Hey everyone, welcome to Trading Blueprint. I'm really excited about this program because there's so many lessons within it that I have never shared before, specifically on how to build a trading plan. That's what the Trading Blueprint is. So I've been creating trading plans since, I started trading back in 2012. And when I really began, my trading plan was about 5 rules, 5 rules written down on a piece of paper. And now it's literally pages and pages and pages long. Everything is fully defined exactly from where I'm placing my targets to where I'm placing my stop losses, but it's specific. It's specific to the different trading personalities that I went through over my trading career. And I want to share these tips with you guys because I think it will dramatically change the way you personally trade. So this Trading Blueprint program, it's mainly designed for experienced traders. And what I mean by experience is traders who have roughly about 6 months worth of trading data, meaning you've been placing trades for roughly 6 months. And the reason why I say that is you need to have a general understanding of how to trade the market, the strategies themselves and how to utilize them. And you need to have exposure into the market. So you have to be executing trades. You need some losses, you need some wins, and you have to have all that data collected over roughly a 6-month period, I would say minimum, because at that point, when you review all that data and you review your personal performance, right, you can find flaws. So this is what we're going to cover in Trading Blueprint. We're going to start off with the very basics, but briefly, again, Trading Blueprint is for experienced traders, meaning you have 6 months minimum worth of trading data. And then what we're going to do within Trading Blueprint, once you have that information, what we're going to do here is we have a few sections. Section number 1 is know yourself. So within this section, it's extremely important that you know a few things. Number 1, the goals that you're after, specifically the next immediate major lifestyle goal that you're pursuing. That's what we're going to be focusing on here. So we're going to go through different lifestyles, different scenarios. I'm going to show you how to create goals and dive into manifestation and all that stuff. It's going to be really epic. Within Know Yourself, we're also going to be digging even further, digging into your current lifestyle and how you can optimize that. And when you actually dig into your current lifestyle, you'll know exactly what kind of trading personality fits you best based on the things that you're doing within your day, whether you're working a 9 to 5, going to school, owning a business or whatnot. We're going to dive deep into that and try to structure a trading plan, a trading personality that really fits this current lifestyle. Because remember, we're focusing on the current lifestyle, and then this trading plan that we're going to create here is supposed to get you to your goal, your next immediate lifestyle upgrade, right? So that's why we're focusing on Know Yourself, this section first. Next, obviously, now that you've been trading for at least 6 months, you know that it's not just about digits, numbers, lines, EMAs, knowing the strategies and whatnot. A lot of it is about your psychology, because one of the first things that I'll see is I can find a trader who's perfect, really like a sniper, and knows exactly how to execute everything, but they're still struggling. And the reason why they're typically struggling is because of emotions, their mindset. So one of these things within this Know Yourself section, we're going to be digging also into how to identify your psychological blockages. And it's going to be a very comprehensive lesson. I'm going to go through different tips, different points, guidelines, and so on how you can do this on a regular basis and so on. So that's the Know Yourself section. It goes much deeper than that, but that's where we're going to start off, because I think it's really important to identify a few things. Exactly what you're pursuing, right? Your current situation, you got to be real with that as well. But you also have to know how to identify your psychological blockages, because they could have been imposed by you or by society or by your family, your friends a long time ago, and they may not serve you, and they may actually hinder your trading performance. So we want to dig into that, mainly focusing on how to identify them. And we're going to reflect on the trading history, and we're going to reflect on our personal development journey. This is the whole Know Yourself section. That's what we're going to be focusing on first. Once we know that, once we know ourselves, right, and can gather as much data about ourselves and fine tune that, right, and actually know what we're pursuing, what we're after, right, this is what's going to drive us. The next section is, this is where we're really going to go deep into our history. That 6 months worth of data, this is where we're actually going to review it. So that's section 2, your journal review. This is where it's going to be interesting. I'm going to give you some tips on data collection, what you should collect, what you shouldn't collect, and what you can do with that data when you do collect it, right? To again, fine tune your performance and so on, and find flaws and all that good stuff, right? So that's kind of where we're start off with. Then we'll move on to practical journal review within this journal review section. So how do you actually do a journal review, right? Many people don't know how to do that. So I've done many of them throughout my career, whether it was my own or students of mine and so on. I've done tons of journal reviews. So I know exactly what to look for. I'm going to show you those tips so you can do that for yourself on a regular basis. But specifically now focusing on the last 6 months. Once we do that, identify the lessons. And there's so many small little lessons that I've noticed that people do over their trading career, and lessons that I picked up from myself, and again, lessons that I picked up from my students. I'm going to show you all of them, right? So all the major lessons, we're going to go through them one by one. I'll show you examples and actually explain what that lesson is. And then when you're doing your journal review, you can see whether you're actually making those mistakes. And again, you can optimize and fine tune. So we're going to go through all of those various different trading lessons. I don't want to call them failures. They're all lessons, right? I always say failure is your best learning opportunity. So that's what this is, you know, bunch of failures that became learning opportunities. We're going to go dive deep into those. I'll share all of them, at least everything that I know at this point with you guys, just again, so you can, when you're reviewing your journal, you know what to look for, right? And I'll share a bunch of insights. That is the journal review section. It's going to be very comprehensive, but it's going to require work from you. But again, I'm going to tell you exactly what to do. I'll show you various ways on how to do it. And I'll also show you many different examples of major lessons that I find people are doing on a regular basis. After that, right, this is now, once we have this information, we know ourselves and we know our flaws and all the lessons that we have learned from the actual journal review, from our personal trading performance. So we know ourselves and we know our trading performance and where we can improve. Now, section 3 is crafting the actual trading plan. And this is going to get very comprehensive. It's not, I want to say it's complex, but it's not. It's complex. Maybe it might start off being a little bit complex to some of you. But again, if you know the strategies and you know the basics, should be an easy adjustment. But this is what we're going to do within the trading plan creation section. We're going to start off with listing various trading personalities. So I'll walk you through various trading personalities, starting off from various ways on how you can swing trade to various ways on how you can day trade and even move into investing and so on. So I'll lay out all those various trading personalities, the benefits, and you know, the negatives of all of them, because every single one of those trading personalities has many benefits to it, and they all also have a few negatives to it. I'll lay out all of that. I'll also lay out, obviously, many different tips of how to choose a trading personality that really resonates with you. And this is why that Know Yourself section is so important, because that is where, once you know yourself, it's much easier for you to pick a trading personality that will take you from your current situation. And once you go through that plan and you trade based on that plan, right, the result of that should be the next lifestyle upgrade, that goal from the Know Yourself section. So this trading plan creation, specifically trading personalities, I'm going to go into a lot of detail with that because I personally went through many different trading personalities, right? So again, I'll show you the differences, the benefits, the negatives of every single one of them, and also some tips. And then when it comes to the trading plan creation, with every single one of those trading personalities, the execution game is totally different, right? A day trader will have a totally different execution than a swing trader. And sometimes a day trader may have a different execution than another day trader, right? A more advanced day trader will take and act on positions differently than a beginner day trader. And same thing from swing trading. There's many different ways to approach swing trading, just like there's many different ways to approach day trading, even with the same analysis and the same strategies, right? We can play them a little bit differently. And again, this is where I'll show you some of my own personal trading plans and the guidelines, the rules for each strategy, for depending where we are within the daily trend and so on, and how to actually react when the setups present themselves based on the trading personality that you choose. So again, we're going to go deep into that, and I'll walk you through it step by step so that you can craft the best trading plan that really fits you and the goals that you want to achieve. And then we'll finish off with constant evolution, right? That is kind of how I live my life. I always like to think of constant evolution. I want to be growing, right? I don't want to be stagnant. And that's in my personal life, but also within trading and so on. And sometimes these trading plans, they need to evolve as well as your lifestyle evolves. Because chances are when you hit that major lifestyle goal, you might want to change a few things within your trading plan, evolve it by adding a little bit more risk or whatnot, or by changing it slightly so now it adapts to the current lifestyle and the next lifestyle goal upgrade, right? So again, I'll show you exactly how to evolve this trading plan and switch it up and change it up based on the next goal that you're pursuing and the next lifestyle that you want to be living. This is the trading blueprint. It's very, very, very comprehensive. Again, I'm going to be sharing information with you that I've never shared before. Trading Masterclass for me has all the major information on how to analyze charts, the strategies, how to execute them, and all of that. But there's, if you notice, there's many different ways of how to execute, different ways on how to manage positions. And these trading plans, what they're going to do is they're going to craft a specific way for you. Right? Something that really works for you, depending on the trading personality that you choose. And when we do that, we're eliminating pretty much majority of discretion, right? Emotional trading, once you have this plan, you can throw emotional trading out the window because you're not going to be doing it if you simply follow your trading plan. And that is when you truly succeed. So that's the introduction of Trading Blueprint. I hope you're hyped. I'm really excited for this. I think it's going to be epic. And again, this information for me was really game changing. Whenever I create a new trading plan, it brings so much excitement to trading, personally for myself, because I just want to get into it, right? Because now I know exactly my rules, my guidelines. I don't have to act on discretion. I don't have to act on emotions. And all I got to do is just perform. And this is what this Trading Blueprint will do for you. It will lay out the framework, the foundation, right? The plan, the execution plan, and then all you gotta do is just perform and be at your best. So this is it. This is the introduction to Trading Blueprint. We're gonna dive right now into the Know Yourself section, focusing on your goals. I'll see you guys there.